Imagine for a moment the scene. The plane carrying the Newcastle United squad slices through the skies towards Brussels, carrying not just players, but also the hopes of thousands of fans. There is an anxious, almost tangible silence, as if everyone senses that something significant is about to happen. This is not just another trip, nor merely another Champions League match. There is a tension in the air, and that tension encompasses far more than the 90 minutes to come. Meanwhile, fans across the globe can barely contain their curiosity. Every image posted on the club's official social media is scrutinized in detail. Every player photographed at the airport sparks theories, debates, and guesses. Who traveled, who stayed behind, who might make the difference on the pitch. It is in this whirlwind of questions that anticipation is born. And if you, a Magpies supporter, are not yet subscribed to this channel, now is the perfect moment. By subscribing, you ensure you're always up to date with the hottest news, even before it makes the headlines elsewhere. The atmosphere is uncertain, and Eddie Howe knows it. After the harsh defeat to Arsenal, there was no time for lamenting. The schedule is relentless and demands quick responses. The team needs to reinvent itself, adjust details, and regain strength to face Union Saint-Gilloise on Belgian soil. But the big question that had been echoing was, how would Newcastle cope with the absences? Tino Livramento went off on a stretcher against the Gunners. Yoane Wissa and Jacob Ramsey are injured. And suddenly the list of absentees seemed to grow alarmingly. It is in this context that an unexpected twist emerges. Just when options appeared to be dwindling, good news began circulating through the corridors of St. James Park and the pages of trusted British media, as highlighted by Chronicle Live. What once seemed a scenario of pure difficulty now begins to take on the contours of hope. But what exactly changed? That is what you will discover in the next moments, and rest assured, fans will have reasons to breathe a little easier. The revelation is clear. Lewis Hall and Fabian Schär are back. Yes, two key names return to the squad and are flying to Brussels. Hall, absent against Arsenal due to fatigue, reappears at the perfect moment. Schär, sidelined after a concussion sustained against Barcelona, returns as an option after 3 matches out. It is a double reinforcement arriving at a crucial time. One that could completely alter Eddie Howe's plans for the clash against Union Saint-Gilloise. Now, think about it. In Champions League matches, every detail matters. A returning player can provide defensive security, midfield creativity, or even the decisive play that opens the path to victory. And that is why this video is special. Here, we will analyze not only the comebacks but also the impact they could generate. If you are enjoying this content, consider subscribing to the channel now. It's free, quick, and helps us always deliver exclusive insights and in-depth analyses of Newcastle United. Schär's return is even more significant because Jamal Lascelles, though used against Arsenal, will not be available for this Champions League fixture. The reason is simple. He is not on the European squad list, as Newcastle had to cut names due to homegrown player regulations. This limitation makes Schär's return even more vital, as his experience in big matches can be decisive. On the other hand, Hall's presence provides an additional option for the defensive line and also for offensive transitions. The young player's energy contrasts with Schär's experience, but both share something in common. They carry the expectations of fans who believe this team still has plenty to offer this European season. Union Saint-Gilloise may not carry the weight of a European giant, but any away clash in the Champions League demands respect and organization. Fans, of course, have already begun imagining potential lineups. Will Eddie Howe keep Malik Thiaw, who excelled in Schär's absence, or will he immediately reinstate the Swiss defender? Will Hall start from the beginning or be preserved for the second half? These questions will only be answered on the pitch, but until then, we can be certain that Newcastle arrives with more weapons than expected. And this is the point that needs to be emphasized. In a season marked by highs and lows, every physical reinforcement counts. Livramento, Ramsey and Wissa's absences are significant, of course, but the return of 2 key players balances the scales and keeps hope for a good result in Belgium alive. And if you, watching this far, want to continue receiving detailed analyses and exclusive Newcastle news, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That way, you never miss anything about the Magpies. Another interesting aspect is the psychological factor. Returning players do more than strengthen tactical options. They also boost the squad's morale. Returning players bring renewed energy, extra motivation, and even a sense of collective relief. Confidence grows, and that confidence can be the difference in a competition as intense as the Champions League. The supporter factor is also impossible to ignore. When Newcastle posted images of the squad boarding the flight to Brussels, the presence of Schär and Hall did not go unnoticed. Social media reacted instantly. Messages of relief, support, and even optimistic predictions flooded online platforms. This type of connection between club and fans drives football, and nothing ignites hope better than good news. Beyond expectations, there is also a practical need. Newcastle's defense must be solid, especially against an opponent who, despite lacking a traditional pedigree, has proven dangerous and efficient. The Champions League does not forgive mistakes, and any error can be costly in this sense. Schär's experience may be the perfect antidote to unexpected surprises. Meanwhile, Hall, with his versatility, can offer different solutions depending on the game's flow. He can help protect the defensive system or even provide width when the team needs to push forward. This flexibility is what makes football so fascinating. A player can completely change the dynamics of a match in just a few minutes. Therefore, the double return should be seen not just as good news but as an opportunity. Newcastle, pressured by schedule and recent results, now has the chance to show their strength on a European stage. And if you believe the team can surprise this campaign, hit subscribe to the channel. Together we'll follow every detail of this journey. Eddie Howe, of course, will face tough decisions. Bringing injured players back always sparks debate. Is it better to trust experience or maintain those already in match rhythm? The manager must balance confidence, physical readiness, and the urgency for results. But one thing is certain. With Hall and Shaw back, options increase, and that is what every coach wants. The stage is set. Brussels awaits. Union St. Gilloise prepares to host a Newcastle side that, despite difficulties, travels strengthened by good news. The opening whistle will answer all questions, but until then, anticipation keeps the fans' passion alive. And remember, this information was confirmed by Chronicle Live, a trusted source in British sports journalism. It is always important to highlight where news comes from, especially when it touches the hearts of supporters. If you enjoyed this detailed coverage and want to stay fully informed about Newcastle United, don't forget, subscribe to the channel now. Here you'll find exclusive content, careful analyses, and first-hand news about the Magpies.